Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I have 4 new Easter decor pieces for you today. These are really quick and easy to do, so let's just jump right in. I am starting out with one of these foam bunnies from the Dollar Tree. I also have some Mod Podge. I have my farmhouse lace ribbon from Dollar Tree. I also have a book that I purchased from Dollar Tree to rip the pages out of. It's not a book that obviously I planned on reading. I bought it specifically for the pages. And here you see I'm showing you that I have dyed the pages or soaked them in some coffee. I'm going to show you what they look like before I soak them. You can also stain them with tea or cinnamon and water or paint and water. So I had coffee, so that's what I chose to use. And we're just going to Mod Podge. This one is really quick and easy, and it is very cute. I love how this one turned out, and I hope you guys like it too. So I'm taking the Mod Podge and just brushing it on. I ended up using my fingers to smooth it out more so than using the brush, just because it was easier to do. I started out using the brush, but then I just really got my hands in it. Got a little messy, but I don't mind it at all. I just rip the pieces of paper and just tuck them in anywhere that I need to make them fit all around this whole styrofoam bunny. And once I get that all done, I'm going to just take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut the tail off just so that I can add on one of these pom-poms from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to keep it very neutral, and I'm going to use one of these like cream colored ones. I'm going to hot glue that on. I'm going to take my farmhouse ribbon and make a bow and put it at the neck of the bunny, and this one will be done. There it is. DIY number 1 complete. This is so cute. It would be very nice on a tiered tray or just sitting in a little vignette, maybe with some carrots or maybe with a little basket of eggs, however you choose to style it. This one is really simple, very neutral, and I like it. You guys, as always, comment down below. Let me know which one's your favorite of the 4. Moving on to DIY number 2, I have my masking tape, one of my Solarwood flowers, this hop sign from the Dollar Tree, one of the wood rounds from Hobby Lobby, various ribbons from Dollar Tree and I believe Hobby Lobby. I have my Dermacoat paint by Delta in lavender and white. I have my purple markers, and I also have my Waverly Ballet Slipper pink paint. So here I'm just kind of measuring. I want to do at least 3 lines of color. So I don't know why I thought I had to measure out the middle first. I really don't. What I ended up doing was measuring how long the circle was, how I guess wide it is in diameter, and it's a little under 12 inches. So because I want 3 parts, I did a little under 4 inches for each space, for each line. I drew a line. Well, I measured down about about 4 inches, and I drew a line. I measured down 4 more inches and I drew a line. Then I just took my masking tape and I taped everything off so I can get nice crisp lines when I painted it purple, pink, and white. I then took my pencil and I wrote welcome in my faux calligraphy that I like to do. And now I'm taking my purple Sharpie and I'm going over the pencil mark. And this comes up a little bit blue, but it really is purple in person. And purple is my favorite color, so I love anything that has purple in it. But is this my favorite of the 4 that I'm going to show you today? Nope, it is not. If you'd like to know which one is, please keep watching. Now I'm going to take this hop sign and I'm just going to cut the bunny out of it because that's the part that I need for the sign that I'm making. So just cut that out with my X-Acto knife and going in with my gator sander and smoothing down the edges. I'm going to leave the hanger on the bunny ears because it's how we're going to hang our sign up. I'm taking my solo wood flower, trimming down the bottom so it sits more flush on the sign. I'm going to leave that flower cut out there and just hot glue my flower on top. I didn't want to risk, excuse me, I didn't want to risk pulling that flower up and then ripping the paper. So I just left it. Now I'm going to take my 3 different colors of ribbon, this purple iridescent, that solid pink, and my farmhouse lace, and I'm going to make a stacked bow. Just going to make my loops, stack them, pinch them together, and then tie them off with some jute twine. And here you see me just fluffing out those loops. So now I'm going to take my hot glue and hot glue my bow to the top of the bunny ears. And then I'm going to hot glue the bunny to the wood round. And this one's done, you guys. It is done. I promise you quick and easy. And here it is. DIY number 2. All done. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. Your presence is always greatly appreciated. If you're new here, welcome to the Cute and Crafty family. I hope you like what you see and you'll consider subscribing. And if you've been with me for a while, thank you so much for coming back. You are truly appreciated as well. Moving on to DIY number 3, I have one of those bunnies from the bunny garland that I use in another video. I have this paper mache egg, some greenery or florals from DollarTree, various ribbons. I also have this bunny paper. It's called Bunnies and Florals, I believe, and I got it from Hobby Lobby. I got this paper mache egg from a place we have here called Mark's. And I got it last year and I've had it in my stash and have been excited to break it out and use it. So we're going to use it today. So I'm just taking one of those bunnies from the bunny garland that came out new this year at Dollar Tree. Going to flip it over and use the opposite side because I want to paint it. So I'm just going to remove the little bunny tail so I can use it later. I have various brown paints. I just mixed a bunch of them up and mixed in some white until I got a color that I liked. We're just going to give this bunny a coat of that paint and hot glue his little tail back on and set him to the side. Now I'm going to take my craft paper from Hobby Lobby and I'm going to trace around this paper mache egg. And you guys, make sure your image is the way that you want it before you cut it out, because I traced it and my bunnies were all sideways. And I'm so grateful that I looked at it before I started cutting, because I had to place the egg back down and trace again to make sure my bunnies were straight up and down on the front of this egg. And because this is paper mache, I didn't want to take my sander and sand down the edges like I normally do, because I wasn't sure if that would damage the egg or not, since it's just kind of a hollow cardboard. So I just trimmed around it with my scissors really good and got rid of the excess material. Now I took my pink ribbon that I had, which is the perfect size for the edge of this egg, and I hot glued around it. And this ribbon is kind of thin, so I used very little glue just in places. I didn't glue it all the way around. I would just spot glue it here and there. And then I took my farmhouse ribbon. I used 2 strips of that so I could get a thicker piece of it. And I added it to the center, almost the center of the egg. And you guys saw that I just took my glue stick and glued my paper down just like I would any other time that I want to adhere craft paper to a surface. I either Mod Podge it or I use a glue stick. Now I'm going to take some Spanish moss and glue it to the bottom of the egg and add in some of these beautiful solo wood flowers before gluing the bunny back, or not back, but onto the front of, excuse me, onto the front of this egg. The solo wood flowers picked up all the colors in the paper, and I just love how this looks. I then took all of the ribbon that I showed you, and I made a 3-stacked bow, and I'm just going to add a solo wood flower in the center of that, and this one's done. You guys, this one's my favorite of the 4 that I'm showing you today. Hands down, this one is my favorite. I really, really love how this turned out. It just screams Easter. I really like this one because it has all of the pretty colors. I was able to match the flowers to the paper, and that just really added something to it for me. I love the textures and just everything about it, and I hope you guys do too. If you're liking this content, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you like my content. They push me out a little bit more, and my channel grows. And for that, I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Moving on to DIY number 4, you're going to need one of the bunny butts. I showed you the vinyl letters, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to hand letter. I have that ribbon that you've probably seen in another video with the yellow and the pink and the green. Love that ribbon. I'm not sure where it came from. I want to say Joann's. I have one of these summer signs left over that says sun on it. And as you can see, I am trying to get that word off of there, and I hate that I broke it. So I'm just going to glue it back together and set it to the side to use in the summer. I'll use it later. I'll be using my Waverly ballet slipper, and I will also be using lemon yellow, and I'm not sure who that is by. I want to say Apple Barrel, but I'm probably wrong. Anyway, now that I've got that off and sanded down and smoothed out and all of the things, I'm going to take this sticker off the back, because the back is going to become the front. I'm going to sand down that glue. I don't have any glue gone, so I just have to sand it off the best I can, but definitely some type of mild solvent like glue gone would be the best way to go, because when you paint over this glue, this sticky spot, and you really haven't gotten it off well, your paint will crack, and it lifts very easily. If you get tape or anything on it, it pulls up that paint where that glue spot is. Ask me how I know. So I just drew a line down the middle of my, or not down the middle, horizontally across my sign to split it up like it would have been split if we use the front of it. I just want that line there, and I want it nice and crisp, so I can add my pink and yellow paint. And the reason this sign is the color it is because I use the ribbon to, give me an idea of the colors I wanted. The ribbon is why I painted it in the pink and the yellow. Sometimes it's just one thing that gives you inspiration and gives you an idea of what you want to create. And this is created all because of the ribbon. And of course, the bunny butt. I have tons of those left from last year, so I will be using them pretty much. You'll see one bunny butt in every DIY. So now I've got it all painted and I have my ribbon in place, just hot glued it down. I'm taking those little wood pegs that I pulled out of the top of that sign and I'm going to reuse them. Just going to hot glue it in place of that longer skewer stick that the bunny butt was connected to, because the long skewer stick won't fit because it's too wide. So I had to use the little wood peg that came with the sign, and it worked out perfectly. Just hot glued it to the bunny butt, put some glue in the hole of the top of the sign, and just securely just like push that bunny butt down in there real snug. And I went back and glued the bunny butt little paws to the front of the sign just for more stability because it was a little wobbly. And now it stands up really nice. It's not flopping all around. And I went in and hand lettered Happy Easter in 2 different fonts. And I'm going back with my black Sharpie and making sure everything is nice and crisp like I like to do so we can read it. I'm then going to take a little bit of that ribbon that I have, cut it in half to make it a little bit thinner. I'm going to make a bow and hot glue it to the top corner of this sign. And this one is done. You guys don't forget to leave me a comment. I love talking to you. I want to know your thoughts. And of course, I want to know which one's your favorite. And here it is, DIY number 4, all done. This is super cute. I laugh every time I see it. I think the bunny butts are funny. Here's the final reveal, you guys, of everything that I made for you today. I enjoyed making this video. Crafting for Easter for me is pretty much like crafting for Christmas. I have so much I want to get out, and so I'm busily just over here crafting, trying to get all my thoughts out of my head for you guys so that it will give you some inspiration so that you can craft some beautiful things for your home for Easter as well. The little paper mache bunny almost won it, you guys. It was truly a close tie for my favorite spot. But that paper mache egg won out. Once I got all those colors together and those solowood flowers, it was just gorgeous. Thank you again for joining me today for this video, for giving me a little bit of your time. I am so happy and blessed to have you here each and every time I upload and you guys jump on here and comment and talk to me. It is a blessing. Thank you so much. As always, you guys know I need you to be safe, to stay blessed, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. I will see you in my next one. Bye.